I wanted to take a few minutes and I wanted to talk about what I am doing at my house right now. As you can see, I've got quite a few lights in this house. I've got lots of power that we use on a regular basis. And I've recently been engaged in some conversation with some people about solar. And if you, like me, have heard anything about solar, there's lots of options out there and there's lots of bills. You might have something like a $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 price tag tied to purchasing a solar system. And after talking with some friends, I discovered that there's possibly another way that I can get solar. So I started doing some research, and after more and more research, I'm working with the county, I'm working with the power company. I discovered that you can sell power back to the power company, and this is called net metering, at least in my place. You would have to check with your local utility company, but net metering essentially means that if I am buying, or if I'm producing more power than I'm using at any given time, the power company is going to buy the power back from me for that given time, and then when I need more power, they're going to sell it back to me for free. So it's kind of it's a piggy bank of sorts, in which that I can produce power and then use it later without having to store power on site through batteries. And after a little bit of research, I've discovered that you may be able to purchase solar systems for your entire power system for approximately $5,000. I know you might think I'm crazy and there's no way that you can make this happen, but this is the adventure that I'm on right now, and I wanted to share a bit of detail behind what I'm doing. So first, I want to debunk a little bit of the mysticism behind solar and how complicated it really is. At a basic level, in power, you've got DC voltage and you've got AC voltage. And with AC voltage, that's what's coming from your power grid, and that's what's coming into your house and goes through your power panel. On a solar system, you've got DC power. DC power is something that your batteries produce, your car is DC. So in order to get from DC to AC, there's something called an inverter. So basically all you're doing with solar panels is you're producing power that's producing a DC voltage. You bring that power through a system called an inverter, and that inverter is converting the power that was DC from the solar system, and it's producing AC power on the backside of the inverter. So basically, if you're looking into a system, there's all sorts of sizing. I'm not an electrical engineer. I'm a fairly technical person. I'm an engineer by degree, and I've got a lot of friends who are in the engineering space. But basically, most homes can probably be powered with 10,000 watts of solar power. Now, as you do some research, you can realize that you've got power panels or solar panels that are ranging anywhere from 200, 250 watts all the way up to 550 watts roughly. And so as you're trying to discover how I'm going to power my house, you want to see a little bit about how much space you're going to need. So for me personally, I'm looking at a 10,000 watt system. That 10,000 watt system is going to take up approximately 320 square feet to put enough solar panels on my roof in order to accomplish that. Now there's lots of code things that you're gonna have to check into, but locally I've got the International Building Code or International Residential Code is gonna require that I have some level of setback from my roof edge, because I wanna put this on my roof, and the firefighters might, if there was ever a fire, need to get up there and they need to be able to walk around the roof and not have to walk on top of my solar panels. So that said, I've got a setback issue, and now I have to address an issue relative to truss loading. So I found my truss drawings. I'm going to put this on a pole barn, and I found my truss drawings. I just built the pole barn about 6 months ago, and I contacted the truss manufacturer, and I said, hey, I've dug into the details on this solar system. It's gonna add additional 2.5 pounds per square feet, and we can go into details, or you can look up the details on why 2.5 pounds is where I landed. But basically, the roof structure, the solar panels, the wiring, etc., is gonna net out to be about 2.5 pounds per square foot. So the truss manufacturer says, whoa, time out. This isn't gonna work. We've got the trusses are going to fail. So in further discussion, they're gonna produce for me some details on how I can increase the structural strength of my trusses so that they will support my additional load for the solar panels. That said, there's another element of the solar system that I have to get in touch with the power company, the utility company. So the utility company is telling me that all of my panels, all of my inverter, all of this has to have specific UL certifications. So if you're trying to produce or put solar into your local, into your house or into some place that you want to install solar, you need to double check with your utility company to make sure that whatever code you need to follow, you are doing so. So in checking with the solar manufacturers that I'm looking at purchasing from, all of my stuff did indeed meet the UL certifications. So now I'm on the endeavor of producing a permit application. So this permit application requires a one-wire diagram. It's going to require how I'm going to, where I'm going to install the solar relative to my house, relative to structures, etc. And so that's where I'm at right now. I am looking at the potential of being able to install solar that would run my entire house and then some for about $5,000. Now, the cool part about this is the federal government has a 30% tax credit out there right now, and I'm working to get that tax credit. And if I do, that means that my net cost out of pocket this year would be about $3,500. Now, the intention is that I'm going to be installing this stuff myself. And based on all the drawings, all the stuff that I'm looking at, I don't believe this is going to be difficult. It will take a little effort, but not terribly difficult. So if this is something that you'd like to learn more about and something you'd like to follow me on, I'd really appreciate you pushing the like button, subscribe to my channel. Looking forward to posting some more videos about this. Thanks.